you are well. Long time no video. It's been a minute, but I'm here today, and we're going to be doing just a little get ready with me chit chat, taking it easy, simple, keeping it calm, keeping it cool. Is actually the last day of Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK, and I actually wasn't planning on doing this video, but so today's Sunday, just by way of reference. Last night, I was just thinking, and I thought, oh, just this topic came to mind about being present and just being in the moment. So I thought, let me just do a little quick get ready with me Sunday morning, prepping for church, and just share some of my thoughts on the topic. So here it goes. So one thing that I have really been trying to practice and develop the practice of doing is being present. And I know it's something that you hear about so often, but it's only really in the literally, I would say within the past month that it's truly kind of resonated and sat with me. So just by way of reference, I am using the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm, shade Universal. I'm literally just putting it in the areas that I just tend to get a little bit oily, so not all over my face, but yeah, I'm just putting it in those areas, and I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit. And while that is sitting, I'm going to just use the L'Oreal brow lamination to just kind of wax my eyebrows down. So that's what I'm using and doing in the moment. So I'm super blessed to be able to have a coach, and one of the things that have become apparent whilst been talking is the fact that my thoughts are everywhere, and that is natural for just the majority, almost everybody. Thoughts are just absolutely everywhere. But one of the things that became apparent to me is I'm not very present. Even if I'm doing something, my mind is probably thinking about either so many things that have happened and what could have been done better, or so many things that could happen, or just everywhere but the moment. And one of the things about that is it can create anxiety. So for example, if someone is always just thinking about what if, that's not going to create a sense of calm and ease within your mind and soul. That's going to be creating a sense of, anxiousness, worry, probably even fear as well. They're all cousins, those three. So it really did just kind of make me think about what I'm thinking about. And in trying to be present, I have very much kind of taken on the practice of making sure that when I'm in the moment, I'm in the moment. So even if it's something like, for example, this morning when I was creaming my skin, I was like, no, I'm going to cream my skin, because usually if I'm creaming my skin, I'm probably thinking about, I don't know, that's the thing, I don't even know. But I just thought, no, let me just actually focus on this moment of creaming my skin. And honestly, I must say, I felt so much calmer. Even after, when I was kind of just putting my outfit on, putting on my clothes, there was just a sense of calm, and it just does wonders. It honestly does wonders. I don't know about you, but it just seems like sometimes I don't want to be living stress, everything needs to be done now. What's happening? I personally, I don't want to choose that way of living for myself, for my future. So I'm being extremely intentional about just the thoughts that I'm thinking, what I'm thinking, because all of these things have an effect on our bodies. And honestly, things I've heard, testimonials I've watched, things I've seen, things people have told me, stresses are not good at all. Now, is that to say I've mastered it? No, far from mastering it. But am I conscious of it? Yes. And am I making active measures to develop the practice, to improve the practice? Yes. And that's the main thing. That is the main thing. We can also be so hard on ourselves sometimes. Okay, I'm just going to fill in my brows with the Urban Decay brow blade. It's got 2 ends. So it's got like a pencil-y type one that you just screw. And then it's got the really thin one like this. So I like to kind of use the pencil type one first to just kind of outline my brows, and then I just go in with the thin one to kind of fill in gaps. So that's what the pencil one looks like. You see it? Yeah. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so I've filled in my brows. I'm going to conceal them now, and then yeah, I'll be talking whilst I'm doing that. But even if it's one practice that you decide to say, okay, I'm going to be mindful in this exercise. If I'm washing dishes, I'm going to be present washing dishes. If I'm folding laundry, I'm going to be present whilst I'm folding laundry. It's not about washing dishes and thinking about the list, the never ending list of chores and tasks and things that you have to do. It just becomes too much. It honestly becomes too much, and we're just putting so much mental load on ourselves that we don't need to carry. Like I've mentioned it in videos before, Jesus has said that his yoke is easy, his burden is light. A yoke is something that is placed on animals to kind of help steer them in the right direction. Jesus is saying that when he's putting his yoke on us, is to just steer us in the right direction. He doesn't want us to be bombarded with endless thoughts and endless to-do lists and endless tasks and things that just feel overwhelming, because it takes away from the time where we can focus our minds and be present on who he is and the greatness that he just does for us, and his faithfulness and his love and his kindness and just everything. One thing I've noticed about being present is it just kind of helps you to cultivate more of a spirit of contentment, gratitude, satisfaction. And of course, there's so many things that happen, like even in being present, for example, things happen in life. So you could be present in a moment that is disappointing, that's devastating, but even in that, sit with that feeling, because sometimes I can only really speak for myself, but sometimes I find that if I'm present with a not so great feeling or emotion, i.e. disappointment, shame, sadness, I don't really want to sit and be present with it. I typically just want to try and distract myself, like try and force myself to think about something else. But even in doing that, I'm not actively or actually dealing with the situation at hand. It's just kind of being buried away, and it will definitely inevitably crop up at a later point and just become compounded. So honestly, there's so many benefits to being present, and I would definitely encourage you to start making it a habitual practice for yourself. To conceal my brows, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty in Butterscotch and this MAC eyebrow pencil. It's a really thin one. So I have concealed my brows, and I don't even know if I mentioned, but I'm doing a really light soft glam today. It's not a full glam episode. I haven't really done a full glam in a minute, partly because I haven't really been going anywhere to constitute a full glam, to be fair, and I don't know, I'm just not really feeling full glammy at the moment, which is totally fine. So in terms of what I'm going to be using on my skin, so prior to the primer, I did my skincare. So I've been using the Bioma brightening toner, which is really great. Brightening toner at night, but during the day I've been using the hydrating toner, and then also the hydrating serum. Chef's kiss, like keeps the skin moisturized, supple, just great. And then on top of that, I use as a moisturizer the CeraVe SPF 50. So I know some people say it's quite thick, but I need like a nice chunk of moisturizer, because if not, skin's going to be looking ashy. So that's what I did prior to the primer. And in terms of what I'm going to be putting on now, it's the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. I get the shade 78, and it says that it's also got vitamin C in it as well. It's almost finished, as you can see, so I'm just going to be scraping from the barrels here, to be honest with you. I need to obtain a new one, purchase a new one. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using today. Let me not take you through me trying to grab every single part from this bottle. So let me just do that off camera and come back. Okay, so I managed to get some out on my hand, literally. So what I do typically is I just take a kind of flat brush and then I just kind of smooth it on to my skin. And then I take my fluffy brush. This is from Morphe. It's the foundation M104 brush. And then I just kind of buff it in to my skin. In terms of coverage, it is, I would say, it's buildable. It's a sheer, it kind of gives you a glow. It's not full coverage, but you can build it. And it's just skin-like. Skin can breathe, but also you get the coverage that you would want if you didn't want to just go out with bare skin. So this has basically been what I've been wearing. This is what I wear to work, this skin tint. I don't know, I'm thinking, do I try another skin tint? I've been seeing some videos about the Rare Beauty, and I really do like the Rare Beauty black brand. Or do I just stick with it because first and foremost, it's extremely affordable. This, part of me saying I want to say it's less than £10, but I don't think so. It's probably like in the maybe £12.99 type bracket. But one, it's affordable. Two, it lasts ages. Three, it matches my, like, I don't have any complaints. So we'll see. Whereas even though I do want to try the Rare Beauty one, it is a bit higher price point. So that one is, from when I've checked, £29.50 or something in that region. So I'm still thinking about it. And I'm also still checking out reviews to see in terms of its durability and its wear. So not sure yet. But this is how the Maybelline one looks on my skin. So I'm also now going to use the Maybelline concealer. This is the Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer in the shade 11. I actually haven't really used concealer in a minute because I wouldn't typically wear concealer, like under eye concealer, for work. But it's Sunday, so let me just do a little bit. I don't want too much though, because this, I'm trying to just do a little soft glam. So again, just put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take another one of my small brushes and I'm just gonna apply to my under eye. I think as well, even like talking about being present, another thing for me is, for example, doing makeup. You know, you hear a lot of people say makeup therapy. Obviously now I'm speaking, so my focus is on talking and doing makeup. But when I'm not recording and I'm actually like just doing my makeup, even that for me, it truly is a makeup therapy because I'm just present in that moment. I'm creating, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy putting on makeup, and I don't know, I like it. But again, I'm choosing to be present in that moment. So there's so many ways that you can decide and choose to be present for yourself, but ultimately beneficial for so many reasons, drawing you closer to God, especially if you're intentionally saying, God, in this moment, I choose to be mindful. I just want to be present in this space and I want to think about you, what I'm doing. I just want to be grateful. I want to be content. I want to be satisfied, etc. And it really does, like, I'm not joking. You feel yourself calming down. Like, yeah, it's not going to happen instantaneously though. And at first it's a bit funny. Like, you might feel a bit weird or you might not feel anything. That's fine. And I think the aim is not to go into it thinking, okay, I'm going to feel something instantaneously and then berate yourself or chastise yourself after. That's so counterintuitive. It's not intuitive, it's counterproductive to the whole purpose of being present. It's just not. It's not what we want to be doing. We don't want to be making ourselves feel bad for not getting something correct on the first time. Who really does get something correct first time? So the aim is to keep practicing. One thing I read this morning actually in Philippians 4:9, the Apostle Paul says, keep putting into practice. And honestly, it really just hit home. Of course, I've read Philippians 4 several times. It's one of the most popular scriptures in the Bible. That's the one that talks about the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will be with you. That's the chapter in the Bible that talks about thinking of things that are good, that are pure, that are, you know, virtuous, that are lovely, that are praiseworthy. So it's something that, again, it's read, it's spoken out, it's preached on loads of times. But that part, keep putting into practice, I thought, yes, things are not just going to happen immediately. It's something we have to develop, we have to cultivate, we have to practice, we have to work at. And personally, for my mental health, my mental well-being, I am definitely going to put this into practice, because in the time that I have been practicing it consistently and consciously, I've personally seen a difference. So in me doing all of that talking, I've kind of let this concealer get dry. It gets dry quite quickly, but I'm just going to put a little bit here. And I'm going to put a little bit here. I don't want to do too much. Sorry, you can't see. I'm not trying to do too much. But yeah, just a little bit. It's gone a bit dry now, but I just had to quickly reapply a little bit. That's all. So I'm just going to blend this out, and then we'll move on to the next step. And you can see just that little bit has already kind of brightened up the face. Obviously, if I was going for a full glam look, I would have done, you see my videos, I love a bit of concealer and I love a bright concealer, but that's not what we're going for today, and that is fine. Blush, I think this may well be my favorite blush. Revolution Fast Base Blush. This is in the shade Bloom, and I do want to bloom. And like a flower blooms, not instantaneously, again, great metaphor, it blooms in time. And we also will bloom in time as we intentionally practice. So with this, I don't just put it on my face immediately. I take my brush, I dab a little bit, and then I put it, because the color coverage is real. And I'm just going to put it literally up here. Now, I don't know if you can see it too tough on the camera, but in real life, it's you can see it. And I've actually been complimented on this blush as well. So, yeah, okay, you can see it on this side. You can't really see it on that side. Maybe it's the lighting. But, yeah, I'm just putting that on. So imagine if you just went, shh, shh, like, and again, because you're controlling it, you can decide how much you want to go in, how heavy you want to go in with it. So just want a light touch. Trust me, there's been times I have gone in with this because that was the look I was going for. But yeah, but I do love a bit of blush. It just adds a bit of color to your face, you know, especially for us like cutie cheek kind of girls. But yeah, that's what I'm doing blush wise. Just make sure that is blended properly, and then you can always take your foundation brush and just go over everything, just to make sure that there's no like demarcations between concealer line, blush line, skin tint line. Just make sure everything is, you know, seamlessly applied. I'm not going to be doing any type of nose bronze, like, or contour, etc. I'm not doing that. I am just going to put on a little bit of this shade here, Chocolate Charm, just a little bit here. So I'm going to do that quickly. Brush, Chocolate Charm. Again, I'm dabbing on the brush first, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand just to take the excess off, and then I'm going to go for it. So that's what my plan is. And I'm just going to literally go here and then build it up as I need to. Can you see it? Okay, yeah, you can. And then I'll just do the same to this side too. Natural contour line, so it just makes it easier for me to do it. It's probably the lighting why you can see it more on this side than you can on this side. But now I've put that on, I'm just going to take my brush, my beauty blender, and then just like make sure it's blended in properly. We don't want to be seeing demarcations, etc, etc. So far I do hope that you have been convinced to try practicing being present, being mindful, etc. I do hope I've potentially encouraged you to try it. I'm now gonna just put on some powder, the usual that I've been using for a few months now, well actually over a year now. Cinnamon Bun Easy Bake Hued Up Beauty. I've got my powder puff triangle. Just gonna tap that. Ooh, can you see that? Just pat the excess down and then apply. Obviously, if I was doing a full glam, then we will be doing, you know, the different powders, the baking, etc., as you see me do in other videos. But again, that's not what we're going for today. So quick and easy. I kind of just like to go over and just set my whole face really with the powder. Pressing it in, like press it into the skin. Press it in. Then I will take this Revolution blush palette, Peach. I don't really know what the shade is, but there's just loads of peaches on it, and it's like a ombre, so it goes from light peach all the way to dark peach. I don't think it has a smell, a scent. Let's take my blush brush. I like this side of the color palette, dab a little bit, and then just put it over where I had my cream blush, like so. A little bit on the nose as well. So that's that. Again, the more you want, the more you can add. And then I'm gonna take my, this is a MAC brush, but I cannot remember the name of it because I've had this for years, and my MAC Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish Natural powder. I'm just gonna give that a swirl, and then I'm just gonna use it all over my face. Like so. Then, before I get started on mascara and lips, I like to go in with my first douse of my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So I'm just going to do the first spray of this now. Let this dry, and then once I'm back, it will be eyes, lips, finito. Okay, so that's dried down. I'm not doing any eyeliner or anything like that, but for mascara, I'm going to be using Fenty Beauty in the color 01 because I'm black. Love, 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 love this mascara. It's not the first time you see me use it. So let's get this. Just to show you, this side I have it on. This side I don't have it on, so that's the difference. Let me do this side. So those are my lashes coated with mascara. In terms of lips, I'm going to be using the Morphe Trendsetter lip liner. Let me show you. That is the shade, nice deep chocolate. And then I'm gonna go with, in terms of like a lip sticky type thing, Morphe again. This is the shade Teddy, and this looks like this. That's what it looks like on my skin. So like a really kind of nudie pinky type stitch. So that's what I'm going to do. Always make sure that your lip liner are sharpened. So I'm going to sharpen mine quickly because that will give you a really good precise application. Pencil is nice and sharpened. I'm just about to apply my lip liner now. I don't know if you want to watch this. One side, one quadrant of the lip done. Second quadrant. Okay, lips are lined. I'm just going to take a little lip brush and blend it a little bit. I've got this cute little lip brush my cousin got for me. I'm just going to blend the lip liner in to my lips more because that's just the look I would like. And then I'm going to take the Teddy and I'm just going to literally put that in the center of my lips. Like so. And then just take the brush and blend. So it looks like this. So again, depending on the look you're going for, you can always add a gloss over it. I'm not going to be adding a gloss over it on this occasion, but you can add a gloss over it, like a NYX type butter gloss over, or a clear gloss, depending again on the look that you're going for. So that's that. Happy with my makeup. So this wig, would you believe if I told you I got this from TikTok Shop? The vendor's eye pro hair, but literally it came within, I think I ordered it on a Thursday night, like as in night, 10 p.m. or so. By Saturday, I had received it. It's a 7x5. I like put foundation and stuff on the lace, but I didn't need to bleach the knots or anything. I'm so happy with it. So in terms of, you know, everyone likes their curls to look a certain way. This is, so overnight what did I do is, I've had this for a while now, by the way, but you know, after wash, shampoo, etc., I've been trying out different methods just to try and get the curls to a way that I want them to look. So after washing, literally hair was drenched. Then I put in a silicone mix just throughout the hair, and then I had a comb, no, a brush, and I brushed it through, and then I split the hair into sections, put them in some rope twists, and then I finger coiled the ends because I just kind of wanted a bouncy look at the end, and I left it overnight to air dry. I took the twist out this morning, a little bit of frizz there, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some olive oil serum well, it's olive oil with coconut oil serum. I'm just going to rub it through my hands so it doesn't become too greasy. And then I'm just going to run it through the curls. So 1, just to tame unwanted frizz, and 2, just to give it a shine. But be mindful not to really separate the curls, unless, again, if that's what. So that is my little soft glam look whilst I was talking to you about being present. I hope, as I've mentioned, I've encouraged you to try practicing the technique, practicing it, and just developing it for yourself. If you have anything to say on it, if it's something that you're used to doing, if it's something that you want to do, please comment, like, even hype my video, subscribe, share with someone. If it's resonated with you, please share it. It's all about, you know, helping each other, encouraging one another, loving ourselves, loving other people as well. I'm wishing you a really, really great day, whatever day, time it is that you will be consuming and watching this video. God loves you so, so much, and it's something I'm still trying to grasp daily, and I do hope and pray that you as well truly grasp how loved you are. That's it from me for now. Hopefully we'll be back soon with another video, but yeah, take care guys, bye.